Well. First time in a long time, I am back. I am here live on YouTube and TikTok. So let's get the party rocking and rolling here. Let's go, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am back here. I'm excited. First time in a long time for the Stream Punk Entertainment Sports. And also right here on my personal TikTok, the AK the Gobbler. Well, listen, a lot to get into tonight. A lot of Philadelphia sports to get into. Um, you know, it's crazy because tonight was the season opening of the Philadelphia Union, and I'm disgusted, to say the least. I'm disgusted with the Philadelphia Union already because, like, this team, you knew what you were going to get, and you go down to DC. It was one or two options. It was DC United trying to prove a point, or it was the Philadelphia Union trying to prove a point. And to be honest, it was DC United proving a point. It was Ty Bad Boy Baribo wanted to stick it to his old team. He wanted to stick it to his old team. And he did. And he did. I mean, he was waiting on bated breath. There was a couple plays where he wanted to make um his shots, where he wanted to get his shots, and he couldn't get it. But he eventually gets his shot. He eventually finds the back of the net. And he does. He finds it. He unloads. And you see the long stretch passes that he got, again, the breakaway, the 2-on-1, and then there he goes. Ty Brebo getting a goal on his old teammate, on Andre Blake. Gets a goal. Like, that's embarrassing. And Philadelphia not having an answer. It's not like DC ran away with this game tonight. There was a lot to do, and Philadelphia just couldn't do it. And there was plenty of opportunities for Ty Baribo to find the back of the net. Now, luckily, they got only one goal to show for DC United. But at the 23-minute mark, Ty Baribo makes his money. And this is an embarrassing look on the Philadelphia Union. One, it shows. I mean, I know it's only game one. We got till December till playoffs start, but still, it was embarrassing. It's an embarrassing formula. You lost. You lost to a team that you gave one of your best players to. You gave Ty Brebo to DC United, and it came back to haunt you. It came back to haunt you. First time in 5 years the Philadelphia Union lose to DC United. Think about that. First time in 5 years the Philadelphia Union lose to DC United because they got Ty Baribo. So now it's kind of has you wondering, like, how much noise will DC make with a player like that? And like I said, it was embarrassing, an embarrassing loss. I know. Look, it's only game one. There's a lot of soccer to go, but still, it was it was a bad look for the Philadelphia Union. If you were down DC today, tell me what you saw. Ty Baribo goes off on his old team. I mean, he was chomping at the bits, and at the 23-minute mark, he finally cashes one in, and it's an embarrassing look. And the Philadelphia Union just looking shuffled tonight, disshuffled. And you look at the lineup, like, again, you tell me where the winning formula is at. Bruno Diami, Milan Lusky. I mean, you're putting a lot of eggs in one basket. putting a lot of eggs in one basket there. And that's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible loss tonight. I know it's game one. I know it's only I know there's plenty of soccer to go, but still, you can't be losing games like this. Not when this is a bad look on the Philadelphia Union because you gave Ty Baribo away to a rival. You gave your best offensive player to a rival, and it came back to bite you and it stung you. Like for a while, Ty Baribo was one of the top goal scorers in the MLS. And this one came, and this one hurts. This one hurts. You say what you want about the Philadelphia Union have a lot to try to make up for. The Philadelphia Union looked disshuffled, and tonight it came back to haunt them. This was an embarrassing loss. This loss slapped them right in the face, right from Jump Street. Because I know, like I said, I know it's game one, but just tell me where the goal scoring is coming from. It kind of with this game, even though it's game one, plenty of soccer. This kind of told me what the season's going to look like, and Ty Baribo is only bringing that energy down to DC. You heard him in his press conference coming down to DC that he was going to, play his best soccer. He's going to bring what he learned from pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing it, what he learned from Bradley Carnell, he was going to bring it down into the Phillies into that DC locker room. That he was going to bring that same mentality. That he was going to, every day they're going to play hard. The same stuff I heard out of this locker room. So my name is PatBernard. I am here on the Midnight Hour, aka the Night Owl. And I'm hoping the people are up with me. If you guys want to talk Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, Union, Wings, Water Dogs, I'm all here for you. I'm all here for you. And I don't just talk. I talk everything Philadelphia sports related. But I want to get right for the elephant in the room. And I want to address the big loss here tonight with the Philadelphia Union. That was an embarrassing loss tonight. I know it was a clean sheet. It was 1-0, but still the fact that this team could not get themselves a W, the fact that this team just could not score any goals. And there were some pressurized moments the Philadelphia Union had, but there was no goal scorer. And where's the creativity going to come? Like we had to know at some point that this magic of the Philadelphia Union's front office was going to run out. Talent's talent at the end of the day. They gave up on Dale and Gazdag. Okay, I thought that was wild. But no, Ty Baribo picked up all the slack. Now, no Ty Baribo? And you thought you were just going to rely on Bruno Diami, Milan Lusky, and all that stuff? No. No. It wasn't going to work. And now Ty Baribo made you pay the penalty. Like you could see in his face, he was chomping the bits. You traded me, Philly? You traded me? Okay. Okay. Wham, wham, wham. I mean, luckily you had Andre Blake there, but you are lucky that only one goal got in. Only one. One goal got in. And that's, like I said, that was an embarrassing loss tonight. So now the Philadelphia Union start their season 0-1, right from Jump Street. Now, I didn't catch any of the post-game interviews and so forth. And if this is your first time catching me here, I am a beat reporter with Streampunk Entertainment Sports. I am a beat reporter for the Philadelphia Union. Philadelphia Wings, NCAA lacrosse, and Villanova basketball. But needless to say, like I said, this has been tough. This was a tough loss tonight. And I know I'm speaking like we're middle of the season or something like that. And I know it's just game one, but just the fact that it looked like Ty Baribo had a lot to do with this game tonight, as far as not just the goal, but the attempts that he was constantly knocking on Andre Blake's door. I mean, he was right there, right in the thick of things. He was constantly knocking on their door, making ways and, just cutting through their defense. And off the rush, all that stuff. He was making plays. And this one came back to bite the Philadelphia Union. This came back. Joey, what's up, brother? He goes, brother, how are you doing tonight? Not too good, Joey. The Philadelphia Union lost tonight. The 76ers lost tonight. I got, the Phillies, the looks that have a little bit of promise. Well, I'll dive into them as well. But I don't know, man. This is rough. This is rough for the Philadelphia sports scene. This team looks terrible. Just got back from a wrestling show. Okay, Joe, where were you at, buddy? Whose show? What promotion? So, Mount Holly, New Jersey. Okay. Nice, cool. I hope you had a good time. I hope it was a great show. But yeah, when I look at the Philadelphia Union and realize this made you realize that there's a lot of problems. Where is the goal scoring going to come from? Some 15-year-old kid? I mean, when you look at the substitutions, what are we doing, Philadelphia Union? How is Bedoya still on this locker room? I mean, I get he's a locker room leader. What's he still doing, on the field? And I know he's coming off the bench to be some kind of lightning rod, but the ship has sailed for that guy. But I don't think nobody's going to want him at not where he's at in his his stage of his career. But yeah, like I said, this just Charleston Crawford showed promise today. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, 2 for 3 today, Joseph. Justin Crawford, 2 for 3 today. I was impressed from what I saw from Justin Crawford today. That first pitch, top, he got, he caught that pitch at the top of the strike zone and nice double he came up with today. Regardless, they lost, 3-0, but still, you got to see some promise from. It was nice to get some. I was a little excited to see, some first time in a long time. Excited to see some spring break training from the Phils. I got to be honest, I was a little excited, but um, yeah. I mean, like I said, we'll see what the Phillies can do, though, Joe. It's good. It should be an exciting time. So, like I said, and not a great start for the Philadelphia Union, too. Not a great start. Again, giving up the first goal at the 23 minutes to, Ty Baribo. Then they got a bunch of, penalty to get themselves in quite the penalty trouble. 4 penalties out there today and 1 red card. You got 1 red card today, the Philadelphia Union. Like, this is not how you want to start your season. Because next Sunday, you play at home against a team that just waxed you in the playoffs. You got NYCFC coming in here next Sunday. What's this team going to look like? What is the message? How can I be excited for a team and I'm still trying to find out where the scoring's going to come from? And you got middle of, you got some decent talented guys, but not talented enough. They're just not good enough. Do you think they play this coming Wednesday? Yeah, Joe, they'll be playing this Wednesday. But again, see, that's the problem now, Joe. The Philadelphia Union won this CONCACAF, or I'm sorry, they won the Supporting Shield. You got to take on what comes with it. All the tournament plays and all that. This team is already going to wear themselves out. Like what happened to that team I just saw last week during the week that won 5-0. Where was that team at? That won 5-0. Nothing. I mean, they had no life. This team has no life. No, it's going to be hard for this team unless they add, keyword add, and not minor moves. They need to bring in a name, a big playmaker. And I just don't see the Philadelphia Union's front office doing that. They'll continue to take the money they have and build practice fields. Yippee. Instead of trying to bring in talent. Yeah, that's what the Philadelphia Union is in. Horror Queen. Thank you for the like. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm a little frustrated. Go USA tomorrow. Hey, Horror Queen. A lot of people, Team USA versus Team Canada. And you know what? It's crazy because I'm one of the few people on this planet that don't really invest into the Olympics, whether it's Summer League or Winter Olympics. I could care less. I usually don't care. Stars fan, thanks for checking in. I'm just because I'm just so to me all the best players in the world in the NHL, and I get it. Most of them are in the Olympics. Team USA versus Team Canada, but I don't know. I'm waiting for to me the NHL. I don't for me the NHL means more than Team USA. I guess because I don't know. It's a city thing. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. Nova disappointed me today. I was at the game. They started booing. Wow. No, Joey. So it's crazy, Joe. I was supposed to be down there covering today, but I got snow removal to do tomorrow. So I'm just trying to get myself mentally, prepped and relaxed for what close to they're calling close to a foot of snow. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, 8 a.m. Men's hockey, Team Canada versus Team USA should be a good one. It should be a really good one. So, and again, just to kind of wrap it up on the union talk, though, just tough, just tough, for this union club right out the gates. Ty Bariba wanted to make a statement with his old team, against his old team, rather. He wanted to just come out, and he did. He was just constantly knocking on the doorstep. He was constantly knocking on that doorstep of you know of Andre Blake, his old squad, Philadelphia Union. He was right there. He was right in their teeth, and then he eventually makes the goal after the 20 in the 23-minute mark. Like if I'm the Villanova, if I'm the Philadelphia Union, I'm embarrassed because this is one of our best players, if not our best offensive player. We let him go, and he comes back to sting us. And I mean, I'm all good for a good sting, but man, Joe, thank you for sharing out the show, my guy. Thank you, thank you. So yes, bring your and like I said, I even though I'm talking Philadelphia Union soccer right now, I mean, like I said, I am here to talk with you guys, with everybody. Flyers, Sixers, Eagles, Phillies, Union, Water Dogs, Wings, so forth. Bring that all to the table. Whatever's on your mind, just as far as Philadelphia sports, just spit it out. So, just like I mentioned earlier, the 76ers lose tonight. The 76ers lose tonight, and they get waffled. Now they've lost, and this is the Pelicans. And I'm not talking about like the Celtics or the Knicks or the Detroit Pistons you lost to. You lost to the stinking no good Pelicans. How? How? They gave you one half of basketball today. Dark says, I will never root for the Sixers until they trade Josh Harris and he's gone. Well, I don't think Josh Harris is going to go anywhere, but I get what you're saying. It's pitiful where with the Sixers team. Like this was the stinking Pelican. Like you saw VJ Edge come tonight, making some incredible moves in the paint. With a nice little mid range game, dicing up the Pelicans defense, and then you get this. You get Ugats in the second half. They need they need Embiid back in the worst way. Joe, I totally agree with you. They definitely need him back in the worst way. This was a terrible loss on the 76ers. Like you saw the Pelicans just get up from the ground and start playing some good basketball. And I thought the 76ers had everything under wraps. They were tearing things up in the paint. Looked like Maxey got into a groove a little bit. They were playing very well. Kelly Oubre play well, and it was like you got two sides of Kelly Oubre. You got a Kelly Oubre that would play from Mars, and then you got Kelly Oubre who came back to Earth. And they just couldn't hit anything in that second half. They just couldn't hit anything. Like that was a horrible loss. I'm sorry. How do you lay down if you're in the Sixers locker room? Like, cause now you got to fly out to Minnesota and you got to take on that squad. You need Embiid in this lineup in the worst way. The fact that this Pelicans team blew you out, the second, they thumped you. You got thumped by a lonely Pelicans team. That's embarrassing. Like, what happened? This was two sides of bad basketball. No, I'm sorry. You gave me one good half of basketball. The other half was horrible. But yes, for you guys who's just checking in with me, I am on TikTok. I am on YouTube. I am everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. Joe goes, I think MB plays against the Timberwolves. I think so too. I think you'll get him in the lineup again. I think you'll get JoJo back tomorrow night. And they do, like Joe, you're right. They need Embiid back in the worst way. In the worst way. Because of what you have on the floor is just not good enough. This is embarrassing. This is what I sort of thought this team was gonna be. I mean, Dominic Burrow, 9 points, Andre Drummond, 5 points. I mean, he had 12 rebounds. Maxey, 27 points, VJ Edgecombe, 14 points. I mean, Kelly Oubre, I mean, he had he had 4 threes in this game. In that second half, I don't know what happened to this team. And you're not getting up for, like I said, they hurt themselves. They hurt themselves because they moved on from Jared McCain. They didn't realize that there was going to be issues with Paul George. They thought they were in a promised land. Then what happens? Ring, ring, ring. Cameron Payne, can you come back? Can you come back and get us out of trouble? Because now you need someone who can shoot the three. VJ has to produce more. I agree. And listen, I know he's a rookie, but I think you'll get more production out of him soon. I mean, Joe, I mean, he's usually giving you about 15 points a game. I know we want a little bit more out of him. But again, like it was just it was wild tonight. It was wild. I mean, I just saw two halves of basketball. One half, the first half looked really, really good. They were making 3-point shots. You know, they were tearing the Pelicans up in the paint. VJ Edgecombe was making some dicey moves. I mean, some real incredible good looks in there. And it was just the only person who was around was Maxey. I don't know. I mean, and now, like I said, you lost what 4 out of 5 games now. Like this ain't good, especially some of those guys are going to be tired. One from traveling from New Orleans all the way up to Minnesota. Those guys are going to be tired. Fatigue's going to play a role. Joe says, I'm actually glad Paul George is out because when he gets back, he'll be fresh. That's a good way of looking at it, too. Hopefully, he's working on his game, Joseph. Hopefully, he's working on his game and his craft and all that stuff. Because you're going to need him. You need him now. You actually needed Jared McCain. I have no idea why they even moved on from him. Because now you see he's all over ESPN. He's making plays. That's all he needed was a change of scenery. That's all he needed. And then, like I said, where was his team in the second half? It looked horrible. He's back in 3 weeks. Yeah, I think so too, Joe. I think you'll get Paul George back in 3 weeks. We miss his defense. Clearly. Clearly, we're missing his defense. I mean, Justin Edwards just gives you nothing with this team. 6 minutes in a bucket. That's all he's got. His playing time has tremendously dropped. He's not what he was from last year. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks if you're a Sixers fan witnessing getting dropped by a Pelicans team. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on. I mean, there's just there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. And then, like Joe says, you need Joel Embiid in that lineup, and like tomorrow ASAP, ASAP. This is a pathetic loss, losing 126 to 111 to the stinking Pelicans. I got 9 kids on my street could beat the Pelicans. And that's the kind of effort you're going to put on the floor? It's called laziness. Lazy. It's a lazy team. I got no rap for them. I got no rap from them. It just it hurts me. It hurts me to see this team fail because I start to turn the page on this team. I start to feel good about this team. I want to be the guy who was wrong about the 76ers. And now they give you this. They give you nothing. They're starting to play like crap. You have no one and now with like I said, okay, that's what Joel Embiid gives you. He's another scoring option. Right now, who's their scoring option outside Tyrese Maxey? I mean, yes, you VJ who could do some things, but who's a scoring option? Who? Nobody. Nobody's a scoring option there. Again, it's the same result. All you have to do is should take away Maxey. What do they have? What do they really have who scored points? At least when Joel Embiid's on the floor, Joel Embiid gets you buckets. Joel Embiid gets you points. Joel Embiid can stretch open a defense. He could take on the 3-1 defenders. Joe House says the Phillies are on TV tomorrow. Who wins? Backup catcher, Stubbs, or Marshawn? I think Marshawn will be your backup. Are you talking about for the season, Joe? Because I think that's will be your backup. That's going to be your backup, Stubbs. But yeah, I know they're playing against the Pirates tomorrow. It should be a fun game. Like I said, I'm a little excited for the Phillies, preseason baseball. And I don't know why, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Phillies can do. Again, I think all eyes were on Justin Crawford to see how he was going to, get a little, getting his feet wet with the majors. Yeah, obviously, I think he looked good in that center field tonight, by the way. His defense looked really, really solid too, Joe. So let's go over who's hot, who's not in the NBA. And right now, the 76ers on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, then there's the Bulls who are on an 8-game losing streak. But man, like I'm starting to wonder about this team. Starting to really, really, have thoughts about them. Now, like I said, that could all change tomorrow too when you get hopefully Joe Embiid will get the green light to go play tomorrow. But yeah, I mean it sucks. It sucks right now. I sometimes I'm wondering what I'm watching with the 76ers team. I mean, tonight was pretty bad. You losing to the stinking Pelicans. The 76ers losing to the stinking Pelicans. Are you kidding me? The Knicks lost bad, I believe. Joe, I will check that for you right now because I do want to go over some of the scores of the NBA. Your scores of the night, Joe. You have the Suns beating the Magic 113 and 110. The Miami Heat beating the Grizzlies 136 to 120. The Bulls winning one. I mean, the Bulls losing to the Pistons 126 to 110. The Knicks did no. The Knicks won, Joe. To answer your question, the Knicks did win. They snuck out a W 108-106 over the Houston Rockets. And the Houston Rockets are a decent team. The Houston Rockets are a decent team, Joe. But yeah, my name is Pat. For you guys who don't know, you guys want to drop any kind of comments or questions, I'd be gladly to answer them and talk whatever you guys want, whether as far as Philadelphia sports, Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, 76ers, Union, Water Dogs, Wings. It's all there. I'm all here. Well, not really. I'm not always all here, but you get the drift. So yes, this is literally just trying to be the calm before the storm because tomorrow we are playing here. Well, if you're here in the Philadelphia area, you're especially South Jersey, supposed to be getting waffled tomorrow. I mean, if you're in AC and you have no plans of leaving your hotel room, my oh my. I mean, because like I said, this we are going to get waffled. It's going to get ugly. Yeah, well, no, Joe. I mean, the NBA is starting to break out like the NHL. More and more conflicts are going down. It's crazy. It's crazy, Joe. So yeah, the same Sixers, man, just not a good place right now. Dropped 4 out of 5 games. I'm concerned a little bit because this is what again, when we didn't have Joel Embiid at the beginning of the season, things were okay because you know drama gets boards and all that stuff, and for some odd reason, this team just can't get themselves right without Joel Embiid. They need Joel Embiid on the floor for guidance. Maxey gets exposed. Maxey's all alone. I mean, he's still averaging just about 30 points a game, though. But he needs that partner in crime. He needs it. He needs somebody who he can adapt with. And it's tough right now for JoJo. Or for Maxey. This was, like I said, this was tough to watch. If you're a 76ers fan, you lost to the stinking Pelicans. I mean, this is a bottom feeder team we're talking about. We're not talking about a top. Last time I checked, they weren't no top dog in the Western Conference. This is a lonely, pathetic team. And what does that make us now? They're the second from the bottom. Now 16 wins and 42 losses. Like, come on, Sixers. What are we doing here? Are we serious with this? Come on. Like this is a joke here. This is a joke to lose to the Pelicans. What are we doing here? I hope tomorrow they have some kind of ball energy. I don't see it, but hopefully they will. But come on. Losing to that squad. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Pathetic. Just really pathetic. I expect better from the 76ers. I really did. And you got nothing. So again, guys, just chiming in, guys. If you guys want to talk anything Philadelphia sports related, go ahead, chime into the show. Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, all that and more. Union, Wings, Water Dogs, whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to go on. And the 76ers need to get things right again. And in order for them to do it, they're going to need the big man. The big man's not going to be there every game. And I'm just embarrassed. I'm embarrassed as a 76ers fan. You when you lose to the Pelicans, it's embarrassing. But Joe, hell, you brought it up, and I'm going to bring it to you, my friend. You keep on talking about the Phillies. Let's talk about those Phillies today because it was encouraging to watch some Phillies baseball. It was encouraging to see the Phillies get back on the field today. Justin Crawford going 2 for 3 tonight today. The kid looked good. He took that high elevated pitch and he just crushed it. Now, regardless, they lost 3-0 to the Blue Jays. But still, we know this is preseason. We know you just want to see who can play a little bit. And that's what I did. I spent my entire day wanting to watch. Um, I want to watch the Phils today. I want to see because like a lot of people don't buy stock into the spring training or any kind of preseason. But I do. I loved it, and I love it because it tells me who am I going to look for, who should I keep my eyes on, and so forth. Like I need to watch some up and coming rising stars here. Thoughts on the new challenge system for the MLB? Joe, I really haven't really grasped it that much. But I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. My man Frank says, Frank, how are you? Frank says, how about Harper change up his contract? You know what? It's a lot of people, I'm apparently good. How good Harper changed up his contract. I mean, listen, he needs. It's funny because I talked to my friends, Frank. A lot of them want him out of here. They're already over the Harper regime already. Like the fact that whole mess that went down not too long ago about him still not being happy. I'm feeling that way also. Really? Yeah, Frank. I don't know. People want to move on from him, and you. So how would you do the Phillies lineup if you move on from Harper, or you with Harper, Joe? Because with Harper, I hear he's going to get bumped down to the cleanup position from 3 to 4, which is not much of a major difference. But if I had to jiggle it, you know, I would I would go Crawford. I would let Crawford make the team. Crawford, Turner. You could flip flop. I would put Turner. I would leave Harper at the 3 hole. 4, you go Schwarber. Ruben said he would bet Harper second. No, I need power. I need power. Uh, my wife's checked in. Hang on. I would. Hey, but thank you, thank you for the likes. I would put. Does Painter make the lineup? I don't know if Painter makes the lineup. I don't know. He should be able to, right? He should be able to make it in this lineup. But when I look again, looking at thanks for the thanks for the share, hon. You would hope, right? I would hope. You right? You would hope. But you look at this Phillies lineup. I don't know if it sounds too promising. Like I said, I have Frank. I have thanks for the like too, Frank. I got no faith in this Phillies lineup. None. They could flip flop it 8,000 different ways. I've seen enough out of Schwarber. I've seen enough out of Harbor. I've seen enough out of these guys. This Phillies lineup does absolutely zilch for me. It's it's Groundhog's Day all over again. You're absolutely right. I mean, okay, other than again seeing Justin Crawford, what excites you? I think Painter makes the rotation. Joe, they're going to need him in this rotation. They're going to need him. What do we have? Let me tell you what we have. We have Christopher Sanchez, who elevated his game to the next level. We have a banged up Zach Wheeler coming back. We have an Aaron Nola who's being optimistic, and that's as far as he's ever going. He's more of a bullpen. He's reliability than he is a starter. You can't trust him being your starter now. His velos went down. He don't have the same arm strength. Painter excites me, says Crawford. Crawford, like I said, I want to see what the kid's got. Again, he had a nice little opening game today, hitting that going right after that top, chasing that top part of the strike zone, going right for there. I'm okay with it. Frank says honestly, these contracts have really backfired on the Phillies, and you're right. The contracts have backfired on the Phillies. You are absolutely 100% right. The contracts have snake bitten. Like, come on, like another year of Remuto. What's that going to do for me? Remuto. Like, and great. Everyone's excited for Schwarber, but I've seen this Schwarber before. I've seen a Schwarber. Great regular season player. Guess what he does in the postseason? This team has backpedaled. Dombrowski is also to blame. You're right, Frank. He is also the blame. That's where your big problem comes from. Dombrowski. He's the one dishing all these contracts. What for? These guys are at the tail end of their careers. Up to 254 likes. Thank you for everyone who's liking it on the video. I feel like he leaves after this year. I hear you. Everyone that is everyone that has a Facebook, go follow Pat. He talks that all Philly. Thank you, Joe. I want to keep it here though, Joe. I love being on the TikTok. That's my avenue. That's my avenue, Joe. But I appreciate the love though. I'm not gonna lie. But let's get back to the Phils. Like that's why I said I need what's there to be excited for with this year, other than Crawford, other than Painter. What else? It's the same team you're going to try and run it back with, except for without Cassianos. That's it. Like, who's going to make up for that production as far as defense? Frank, thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Up to over 300 likes. And again, if you guys like my content, you guys know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the follow. Now, and not go after the Ranger. I should backpedal a little bit. My fault because I think Brian De La Cruz is going to bring something to the table. I think real interested to see how he's going to pan out for the Phillies. I surely flatten the tires on all the on this Philadelphia's van. Wheeler at 8% is better than Nola. Yeah, Joe. It's true. So look, Joe. I mean, that's what I said. I can't be invested in a team that I know that's got issues. Like I would be surprised if this team wins the NL East this year. I'd be surprised. Can they do it? They could, but on paper, it's the Mets right now. I got the Mets ahead of the Phils. I'm not worried about the Braves, and maybe I'm overlooking the Braves. I just think they're in the Phillies kind of situation. They're going to run it back with the same team. So again, here we are. We're stuck in limbo with this Phillies team. Garcia in right is a former Golden Glove. Yeah, I hear you, Joe. And listen, and I should be excited for Garcia as well. And that's true too, Frank. The Braves did have a lot of injuries last year. Frank, where are you from, my friend? Where are you from? I like to know where people are from. I know Joe's from the Philly area, chiming into the show. Like to know. I like to know where my peeps are coming in. We had Wednesday. I had a show at 4 o'clock in the morning talking with Padres fans from Missouri. It's pretty wild. But yeah, I mean, listen, we're gonna get born in Philly, a North Catholic guy. Wow. Okay. I had a couple buddies who went to North Catholic. Actually, my next door neighbor went to Catholic. Okay. So I tell you, are you from the Northeast? That's great because that's where I grew up in the Northeast by the Tacony Bridge for there, Franklin. But yeah, let's get back to the Phils here. I'm in Jersey Road over the Walton Bridge. Okay, Joe. Okay, I've been down that's where I was trained at. Wow, I live on Robbins Ave. Wow, small world. I grew up by Edmond and Devereaux, so that's where I was at, Frank. Edmond and Devereaux, 2 blocks from Chickies. Yep, yep, the original Chickies and Pete's. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, I grew up by the Tacony Bridge, so that's where I'm from. But yeah, listen, it's glad to get to meet some people. You know what I mean? Kids went to St. Tim. Wow, St. Tim's. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time, Frank. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. St. Tim's. Yeah, I went to Stinking Lincoln, Austin, Maine, middle school. So, and again, guys, and for everyone checked in, what's your thoughts on the Phillies? How you feeling? You got the little taste of it. You got some taste of the Phillies action tonight, today. Tomorrow they're playing against the Pirates. Should be a little, get a little encouragement. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning, you have the men's hockey Olympics. Team USA versus Team Canada. Frank goes, I feel the wheels have fall off. I'm with you. I went to school with Kyle Lowry. Okay, that's cool, Joe. I, I'm with you, Tim, Frank. I'm with you. I feel like the wheels have fallen off with this team. Now, listen, I'm trying to be optimistic. Again, Crawford brings that for me. Painter brings it, but yeah, you need to break up the core of this team, and you can't do it because Dombrowski paid a lot of guys a lot of top cha-ching. But yeah, when you look at that rotation, I don't feel like I said. If, me personally, on paper, when I look at that rotation, I'm giving it an F. And if it goes bad, I feel Harper blows up. Yeah, and listen, and he's going to go off the hinges. And I'm with you. I think he'll put in for a trade. I just don't think he could produce anymore. And I'm not. I shouldn't say that, but he's not what he once was. And there, Dave Dombrowski said it, and he got bad in shape. And I'm with him. What did he say was wrong? He just doesn't think you're part of the solution. You're part of the problem. So yeah, I mean, I don't care if he cries. And that's another thing too that hurt me, man. You let Harrison Bader go. You like we could have made something for him, right? You can't let Harrison Bader walk out the door. And by the way, there, Tim, I was this morning actually. Me and my son were down. The old neck of the woods. I still go to Kim's barber. Quick plug. Still go there for a haircut. So yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe the Phillies will come out of nowhere. Maybe they'll come out of nowhere, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see this team being irrelevant, being electric. Joe says, do the Philadelphia Wings pull an upset? No, Joe. No, no chance. Let's bring Miller's up. Are you talking about the Billers Club? Miller. No, Joe. To answer your question, Joe, no chance. Aiden. I'm confused. Let's bring Miller up. Aiden. I'm confused. But to answer, let's see, Joe. No, no chance. Them being Saskatchewan. No, maybe though. I mean, I'm surprised they're even going to have the game. To be honest with you, I'm surprised they're even going to have a game tomorrow. I mean, last year. It's crazy because they played against the Rush last year. Oh, I'm sorry, Aiden Miller. The hamster took a little while there, Frank. But yeah, I mean, again, when I look at this, the Wings have no chance, no chance. And last year, they played against the Rush. The same kind of thing. There was a snowstorm. Yeah, I saw they moved the game to 1 o'clock, and I still think that's crazy. It's going to be a blizzard tomorrow. It's going to be nasty tomorrow. They're gonna get like no attendance. I'll be surprised they get a decent attendance. I don't see it. I do not see the Philadelphia Wings pulling out the. And listen, if they somehow catch this rush team off guard, and by the way, uh, shout out to my man Sean who does a great job covering those guys. Uh, if they pull out the ultimate upset against the Saskatchewan Rush, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. But yeah, let's get back to the Phillies a little bit. Because like I said, I don't see it. I would love to see the Philadelphia Union, but what does this mean for the Wings, honestly? And if they do, are they going to turn the page? Are they going to make a playoff run? No. They're the doormat of the MLS or the NLL. They're the doormat. They got no opportunity. But yeah, to get back to the Phillies, again, I'm not hype about the rotation. I'm not, I'll just keep an eye on their bullpen, but I'm not excited for this team at all. I'm not excited for this team. Not one iota. And it's crazy. I want to be more with you. The bullpen got better. Same. I'm with you, Joe. I think the bullpen got a lot better. I think the Phillies bullpen got a heck of a lot better. But again, I feel like this team's going to be like in those 03, 04 holes because of their starting rotation. There's nothing for there. Nothing. I want to be hyped for the Phillies. I want to be hyped, but I can't. I can't pinch myself hard enough to get excited. And like I said, it was great to see Crawford come up with that double today and going 2 for 3. Great. But until you break up the core of the Shorebirds and Harpers, I would keep turning around because he produces, he hits, he does a great job with playing small ball. So, but anyway, look, I want to get ready to wrap up the show here. I hope everyone has a tremendous, tremendous, night. I'm going to get ready to wrap up the show. I gotta get some sleep. It's going to be a long, 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 long day for me. So, but anyway, guys, stay tuned, stay tight. Um, Check me out. I will be back here. When will you be going live next, Joey?